So last night I had a couple of dreams and they're just still playing heavily on my mind. The first dream I had where's whereas this plague just came out of nowhere. People first developed it on their mouths. It was like right here and right here. It was like pussy and just disgusting looking. And I remember like this guy in the dream, he was trying to get to his daughter. For some reason, vehicles weren't working. It was chaos in America, extreme chaos. And throughout the dream, he kept losing weight. And finally, he made it to the place where his daughter was. Some people had took her in, and he finally, found her and got her. But he became so sick, he realized that he couldn't keep her. So he went to this facility thinking that maybe they will at least take his daughter back home. So he asked them, he said, "Can you take my daughter back home?" And they said, "No one is allowed to leave or come into the United States because we don't know what's going on and it's too much sickness and too much chaos right now." So they gave him a paper and it had the flag of Ghana on it. And he wrote a message and they said, they put it aside. They said, "We're going to fax this." And they were like, "Just whenever you're ready, just give us your daughter." And he held her for as long as he could. And he gave his daughter to them. Something didn't seem right about these two women. So I woke up and I checked on my own children to make sure that they were okay. So once everything seemed settled in my own house, I calmed myself and got myself back to sleep. So in the second dream, I saw what looked like myself, but like a healthier, happier, I don't know, just different person. And I had a veil, I had a veil on, and it was like a purplish complexion, color. And I was kneeling down in prayer, and I could hear myself speaking Hebrew, but it wasn't like the Hebrew that you hear now. It was like different, it was different. And I could see the menorah, and even that looked different, and it was to the side. And I saw my kids come around me, and I got up and we started laughing and playing. Then I saw this figure on a white horse, and this figure reached behind him, and as he reached, he pulled out, and this beam of light just shot out and just kept shooting out to different places. I saw Christmas trees just combust like in flames. I saw churches and wreaths, and I saw homes and certain monuments, and people were screaming and crying, and it was chaos. And then I saw the white horse again, and the horse like was in an upright position. And then I could see like the being on the horse was riding extremely fast. And I saw the man again. The man, oh my God, he was so skinny. I mean, like it was like skin wrapped around bones. And he had sores all over his face. He could barely move or breathe. And I could hear him saying his daughter's name over and over and how he should have went back home sooner. And for some reason, it was only happening in America. It wasn't happening anywhere else. And the rider just kept riding and riding on the white horse. And I could hear a voice come from the rider. He said, "You have to come back. You have to come back. You have to wake up." He said, "You have to come back to who you are." And he said, "If you do not come back home and you do not come back to who you are, these are the things that will come upon you. These are the things that will happen to your family." I I tell you that I was speaking Hebrew, but it wasn't Hebrew that you hear now. And this being on this white horse, he was like, "You have to come back." And then he showed me a map, and it just touched home, and I'm still kind of like beside myself right now, and it just really touched me, and it just, how you feel enlightened. That's how I feel right now at this point.